Now we're going to go over how to set up landscaping meetings for Erin. So you will inevitably receive phone calls from potential clients that are looking to have landscaping done in their yard. And so each one is handled in a particular way to where you're going to let the client drive and determine which way you're going to go as far as how you're going to set up the meeting and who you're going to set that meeting up with. There are two options when setting up meetings, and I will get into this further, but you're going to use set up meetings with Erin for large landscaping jobs that want, clients that want big changes, adding beds, stonework, drainage, night lighting, hardscapes, all of that kind of stuff. We're going to save that for Erin. That's his specialty. If you have received a phone call from somebody who is just looking for mulch and flowers and maybe pruning, that is something that we would let Ryan handle, and we would set a meeting up with Ryan. So for the sake of this training video, we're going to talk about the setting up the meetings for the larger landscapes for Erin. So you receive a phone call from a potential client saying that they would like to set up a meeting for landscaping. And my first question is always where they're located. So after you get their first name, just so that you can interact with them with their first name, you're going to ask them where they're located. And so then you will pull up, this is our maintenance map in Google, and you should be pretty familiar with this. If their address comes up inside the service area, that is not a problem. That's ideal for landscaping. However, for landscaping, we do go much further outside of that maintenance area. So we've gone up into Magnolia, over to Bender's Landing, over to Cypress. So when it's outside in this area out here, what I will tell clients or potential clients is that we do have a $5,000 minimum on landscaping. So we want to get that out there first thing. Once we realize that their address is this far outside of our normal maintenance service area, let them know that there is a $5,000 minimum. Now, that number could possibly change. If that changes, we will let you know. So once you've clarified that with them, and they're okay with that and they understand that they know they're going to be spending more than that, then what you're going to want to do is get them entered into Service Autopilot, just like any other client. So you'll add a lead and you'll put all of their information in, their first name, last name, email address, cell phone, physical address, and then you'll hit save. And from there, I'm going to pull up our demo. Once you have all of the leads information in the system, now you kind of want to get a feel for what it is that they're looking to have done. So you ask them, what exactly are you looking to achieve, and just start taking notes. Or you can go ahead and click on calls and just start taking notes directly into here. You just want to note as much as you can for Erin so that he knows what he's getting into when he goes to the meeting. And so once you've done that and they're in your service area, they know if there's a minimum, you're going to want to go ahead and set up a meeting with Erin. So you'll go to the Google Calendar. Right now, Erin is taking appointments 1 day a week. So let's say a client wants to meet in 2 weeks. So you go forward 2 weeks and there's no appointment day set for Erin. So a couple of things with this. I never set appointment days for Erin on Friday, and I try really hard not to set them for him on Monday either. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the perfect days. And I never want to let a client know that the calendar is wide open and they can pick whatever they want. So what I would do is say, I would just pick one. I would say, how does Wednesday, the 31st look for you? I have some appointment times in the morning and some appointment times in the afternoon, even though the day might be wide open. So if they say Wednesday is not going to work for them, ask them, just make it sound like you could possibly squeeze something in and say, okay, I've got some availability on Tuesday or Thursday. How do those days work for you? and whittle it down that way. Now, I typically will set an appointment for Aaron. He follows the sun. So when the sun comes up, he's able to take meetings. When the sun goes down, that's when we stop. So during the summer times, he can take meetings early in the morning all the way until 6:30 in the evening. It's not a problem. I set appointments up in 1 hour block. So if this client says, okay, let's meet Wednesday the 31st at 8 a.m., you click in there at 8 a.m. and you put in the name of the client. You change the calendar to Aaron and you click more options. Now in here you will go back to the client, and you will copy. You'll highlight and hit Control C, go back and hit Control V, and it'll automatically put it in there. And then a lot of times when Aaron is going, Google won't pull up the address, or it'll take sometimes the number out. So I always copy and paste it into the bottom as well, so that just in case for some reason it doesn't show up here, he's got it down here. And then I will type in as much notes as I can. Lead called wanting full landscape of front and back. If they have any particulars, you can put that in there. No pine trees, privacy from neighbor. So anything that will help him. And then you always want to add a notification. I do 2 hours, so I put 120 minutes. He does not need an email notification, just a pop-up notification. Okay, so once you have the name, the date, the time, the address, the notification, it's coded to Aaron, and you've got the notes, you just hit save. Now, if this is the first appointment that you're setting for him that week, go up to the top on that date and just click, and in all caps put Aaron appointment day. Make sure it is attached, or it is coded to Aaron, and hit save. That way it's just easier to see when you come in and you need to set an appointment for that week. His appointment day is Wednesday. So let's say that this client actually wanted to set an appointment for this week. So we've already got a couple of appointments on here. Let's pretend like we do. So we would say, okay, Aaron's appointment day for this week is Tuesday, January 9th. We've got some appointment time availability in the morning and the afternoon. So what you try to do is set as many appointments as close to each other as possible. So you can click on this meeting, click on the address, and it'll pull it up on a map, and you can scroll out and you'll see how far away the next appointment is. If it's possible, you always want to set appointments close together. You don't want Aaron going from Magnolia over to this address and then going back over to Magnolia and then back down to Tomball and then up here to Egypt. You just set them in a nice, easy, flowing way if possible. If it's not possible, I would suggest another day for the lead. If they are really interested, they will, they'll be open to picking a different day. So once you've determined what is going to be, like if it's going to be close by here, you figure out, how far away these two addresses are. And again, I like to give Aaron 1 hour at each one, and then you'll just set it. If it's 15 minutes away, then you would set this for, 6:45 or 4:15. So, and then I always like to give them a range because you never know how long his appointments are going to last. So if it's going to be after, I would say, okay, 5:30 to 6:30, 15 minutes away. I would say he'll probably be there between 6 and 6:15. So you can put that down. Give them a range. I never like to give them an exact time. That way, if Aaron arrives earlier, that's great. And if he's going to be running a little late, then that's good too. And so then you will do the same. You'll click on the time, add all that information in, and click save. Now, once you have picked the time, go back to the client page, and you can note it in the call. So once you've notated the call, I like to set a to-do for Aaron to pop up for an estimate. So put in there all the notes from talking to the client, put in there the date that you set the appointment, come down here and say estimate, do not mark it complete, save the call. Let me do this. Estimate, save the call, and assign it to Aaron, and then click on details. And your due date is going to be 1 week after that appointment date. So if you set that appointment for Wednesday the 3rd, then you would want the due date to be 1 week after, and then you would hit save. And now it's a to-do for Aaron. So when he logs into this leads page, he's got a to-do to get that estimate completed. So once you have done that, you want to let the client or the lead know that you're going to send an email to them confirming the appointment. Now, if it is and this is kind of a judgment call, if it sounds like it's going to be an intricate landscape, we have what we call a landscape questionnaire. So our landscape questionnaire looks like this. And basically what it is it's just getting information from the lead or the client to find out what it is that they're looking for in their landscape. So they'll fill in their contact information, give Aaron favorite colors, least favorite colors, problem areas that they're having, how much time do they want to spend in their yard, what the mood should be, if they want our install, or if they want to install it themselves, things to incorporate, and then any information. And then it goes into, everything and how we do all of our, what the process is. So you can tell the lead or the client that you're going to be sending. You can tell the client or the lead that you're going to be sending an email confirming the appointment, and also you will send over a landscape questionnaire. If they would please take the time to complete that for you and return it back before the meeting, that would be great. And also let them know that if they have a copy of their plot plan, if they could send that as well, because Aaron does 3D designs, and having the plot plan helps and makes it a lot easier for him to do that. So they can just email that back to you. So you will come in, and after you've set everything up and you've gotten off the phone with the lead, and you've just told them again, just to confirm, I have an appointment set for you to meet with Aaron on Tuesday, January 9th at 5:30 p.m. or between 5 and 6 p.m. or whatever the case may be. Then once you're off the phone, you'll go ahead and send your email to confirm. So if you click send email, document, if you type in meet, it'll do the meeting confirmation. And these highlighted items are what you're going to want to update or change. So if you spoke to this client in the morning or the afternoon, you'll just put that in, and then you'll confirm the date on Monday, Tuesday, January 7th, between 8 and 8:30 a.m. And then you take all of that out, and then it just says, should you need to change the date or time of your appointment, please call. And then I'll go ahead and make sure that this is automatically put in here, but right here we need to put in, please find attached our landscape questionnaire. If you would please complete and return to us via email with a copy of your plot plan, that would be great. And then it just directs them to our website and everything else. So you can click the attached file, and you can go find on your computer the landscape questionnaire, and then you can hit the send button. So that just confirms the appointment. And that is how you set up a landscaping meeting for Aaron.